just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip. We're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And off we go from Vegas. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for the former Bulldog, Zamir White. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They send him right out of the slot. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run out of the gun. This is White. He'll get about 2. Josh Hines-Allen there on the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, it's O'Connell. And that is incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's taken in, and he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down. They'll try to get the running game going. His 1st carry.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 2nd down, O'Connell. That'll be intercepted. That's the safety, Andre Sisco. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
"7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's O'Connell. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. One quarter in the books. It's the Jaguars on top. And we're back in Vegas after this. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Slot receiver headed right. Finding room at midfield. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. He's got it at about the 8. And he's into the end zone. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Vegas.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. First carry for the Auburn alum, Tank Bigsby. And he's going to pick up the 1st down across midfield and down at the 49.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and Tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jack Jones. To the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. There's a short one taken by Ingram. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So, Max...
in trouble. Down he goes. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. I believe one of the Jaguars was able to get in there and recover. Yes, Jacksonville retains possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet. Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He's got his tight end, it's Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28. In motion comes Thomas. A first down throw for Lawrence. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 6.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
On 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
So we reach halftime here in Vegas, and the Raiders are in the lead. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with EA Sports. Halftime report. It's all yours, Coach. Duvernay on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll run the toss here to Etienne. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
That's caught left side by Ingram. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. To the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. O'Connell to throw. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. A gain of 17 yards. Good for a Raider 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On 2nd down, a run with White. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third and 5. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And this defense holds its ground. They stop him for no gain, and 4th down's coming up.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass falls incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Jacksonville. Lawrence now. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Lawrence will give it to Bigsby. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. 3rd down, they go with Bigsby. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. And it comes to 4th and 2. They'll drop to throw. That is caught by Washington. And he's going to have a Jags 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. Lawrence. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's going to have just a couple here. But there is a marker on the field as well. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. second down, goal to go. They'll look to run. It's Etienne. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
To throw is Lawrence. And he'll get in. An incredible, gutsy call. Pays off. They've taken the lead by 1. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. This is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's O'Connell. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
On second down, O'Connell. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second.
Big-time throw there sets them up really nicely. They find themselves well in field goal range for a potential game-winning field goal try. Under a minute, all they got to do is just keep working the clock, get as close as they can, send that kicker out there and see if he can make that kick.
He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
Here's second down. They'll run here. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to win the game. Now the Jags will use their third and final timeout. So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This one he's got to have. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders. This one went all the way down to the wire. The late field goal, with zeros on the clock, seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other winners outside. So long from Vegas.